They don't want that.
But also too, you know, black people too. They I don't want to get technical. The whole thing about carceral economy. We're a money maker for traffic court, for the prisons. We know that's the first time. I'm not gonna lie. When I started doing the case management, that was when I found out. The guy was telling me the state get a certain amount of money for everybody in there. I never heard of that before. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I got educated by the guy telling me, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know. Yeah. It was big business. Let's be real. It's big business for black suffering.
Yeah.
We know whites get it, but disproportionately, we fill them places up. They had you working for corporations for 10 cents, 50 cents an hour. You know what I'm saying?
If it's that much.
Yeah. So they make profits off of us.
They call it OPI.
Okay. Go ahead, talk about
it. It's OPI means that you work in the industrial area of the penitentiary, doing corporate work for a corporation or a company.
Yes, sir.
And you don't get these products. They send it out to these companies and they ship them out. And you may get you get this, instead of state pay, you get a different little pay. You know, you might get $30, maybe $20 a month. Or some guys are making $40.
How long that lasts you?
It did, as long as you go to commissary. Because commissary is taking it right back.
So the prison get it back?
No, the prison's not getting it back.
Corporation.
The corporation is getting it back. The whole state of Ohio. Anybody, like he just alluded to, the governor is on top. Everything is running down from the governor. You know, and it's a lineup. And everything is running back to the state when you go incarcerated. I don't care if you're only getting state pay, $10 or $15 a month, you're still going to the commissary. And if your people got money to send to you, it's going to the commissary, and you're going to spend some money in the commissary. But they're making money because it's a capitalistic society.
Right.
It's all about cash.
Capitalistic democracy.
Exactly.
CD. Yeah, you see a whole lot about that CD. You don't see a lot about it.
I got to Lucasville in 1990. I was in Lucasville 3 years, about 3 years prior to the siege.
So you were actually in
was you there when was Ahmed still alive when you was there?
I don't know.
Ahmed Evans.
Ahmed Evans, yes. Ahmed Evans was, yes.
He was still alive.
He was on death row.
Well, he wasn't really on death row. See, he was on death row, but he wasn't really on death row. Okay. In other words, he hadn't been assigned to death row. But politics being what they are, if you keep your ear close to the Democratic Party headquarters, you can hear things. And Cleveland was the first large black metropolis with a black mayor.
Yeah.
And if it hadn't been for Ahmed and what he was teaching in that movement, universal law, Cleveland never would have been the first large city with a black mayor. The reason why they got the black mayor, because they was scared of them black niggas down there, and they gonna fix them niggas, and they couldn't get Ahmed the legislature, they couldn't get him the death penalty, but he was still had the death penalty. He died in the infirmary. Upstairs there, that second floor.
Yeah, he had the shootout with the police.
Check the police.
Yeah, on Lakeview and
Well, finish what you were saying, brother.
Oh, when Ishaq was asking me about Lucasville. Let's see, what was you asking?
You were in the riot?
Yes, I was in the riot.
What block were you in?
I was in L block, and at the time of the siege or the riot, however people want to call it, I call it a siege because it was, when they say riot, I'm thinking of this whites against blacks or against somebody else or somebody else. It was a siege, it was a takeover. and I was in it. I was the last block open up. I was in L1. It started from the gym down the hallway and worked its way up. And worked its way
Yeah,
up.
a lot to do with them vaccinations.
Well, that's King Arthur's thing.
Huh?
He came with a lot of different stuff.
Who said?
Arthur Tate.
Oh.
They called him King Arthur. Some people called him King Arthur because he thought he was really all this and
That
all
old
that.
Tate guy.
Yeah, that's him, Arthur Tate. Mm-hmm. And he initiated a lot of different things. You know, he tried to mix white and black cellies up.
Really?
Which, yes, and we was always used to be having a black celly. And he tried to put areas in with blacks and stuff like that. This is gonna cause a dissension. It's gonna cause a bunch of problems.
Exactly.
And then he came up with the tuberculosis test.
Yeah.
And the brothers was against it, and some of the other people was against
Right.
it too. You know. So he
But
pushed up.
see, they never could have jumped off without the help of the AB.
Well, let me say this.
See, they try to blame it all on the Muslim
Well,
community,
no,
but
they can't blame it on nobody, but
well,
this is what I'm saying. A siege.
that's who got the case.
Okay, but what I'm saying is a siege. The Aryans was upset because the mixture of the black and the whites.
Together.
Pop, you know, most of all of Lucasville was designed for single selling. And it got overcrowded, so they started to put
Double
double bunkies, right? And that would be like the back half of the range. The front half was always single up, but the back half was always double up. You know, you get half of the block and this back half black is double up, front half you got single cell. But what I'm saying is this, had not it been for the Aryans and us Muslims and so-called gangsters disciples.
What sales?
What I'm saying is, it hadn't been a unification, it would never have jumped off the ground.
Well, you said,
Because-
but you speaking about the single sales on L side, right?
Single cells all throughout the whole institution. Because K-side, half of K-side was death row, and the other half of K-side was basically kitchen workers. You see what I'm saying?
And receivership.
Well, most of this receivership was on.
They cut that out.
Yeah, it was
K used to be receiving.
KA.
But they cut that out.
Yo, I guess I'm do for y'all.
Yeah, hey, you had us beat out. when were you in Lucasville?
Well, I was there a couple times, but well, the first time was a strange situation. It was real political.
Oh.
But Joe was coming through there out of New York. He didn't get death row, but they wanted to kill him anyway. And and one of his students, and Ahmed was there, and he was still teaching, because they still have to honor order. And so
Talk about Ahmed Evans. Yeah, Ahmed Evans, he was down there.
universal law.
Yeah.
You know, he wouldn't tell you had to be special to be a part of that community. You just couldn't jump up in there because you thought you wanted to. But anyway, so that was in the 60s, then I was there in the 70s.
Well, open in the same. You go from the OP to there,
Mm.
Had to go from the OP because it opened in.
Well, you know, wait, hey, wait a minute. You know, they closed OP down, and they was using Chile for receiving, and then sending them to Lucasville.
Yeah.
Okay, now see, that's more like what was really happening.
Mm.
Then they open OP back up, and stop sending them to Chile and stop sending them back to OP. So they didn't know what they wanted to do.
When you was at the OP,
Yeah,
you ever
yeah.
experienced a situation like what Mosi just described as far as blacks and whites made the cell together?
No, see, cause
Wow.
they didn't open up OP to be open up OP. They opened up OP to be receivership because they was getting too crowded down there to kill you, you know. That was a time when it was really talking about lock 'em up and shock 'em up. Shock 'em up and lock 'em up. And so it was, you know, that's before they started building them new prisons. That's when they started building them new prisons, super max and stuff. But at that time, then, you know, that was the strongest penitentiary in the system when you went to Luke. So I had to go to Luke, get my fares. And the general needed a check because he was traveling along himself with that Abbey Eye, and he was out of New York, and you know, how they were going to take that, so, you know, he outranked me, he was older than me, you know, but we used to put on demonstrations. He was still the head of the dojo.
Okay, back to your
One on one or 2 on 1, they, you know, that wasn't no thing, you know, but when it's a whole, you know, when you're dealing with a whole society and you all by yourself, that ain't good, you know, so sometimes I had to slip some slick stuff in. Shock everybody, you know, so.
Well, you were in the block where the guard that ended up dead in the riot.
Right.
Tell us about before they took him hostage. What was his state of condition?
He had us locked down, him and the other CO. And we couldn't understand what was going on, you know, because we was in the day room and some of us in the cell. And I was in my cell, and I was wondering why tell everybody lock down. And his thing was to lock us down, and the other guard left out to go out in the corridors. And he had us all locked down to, I guess, to keep us secured and out of his way and out of the way of anything or whatever, right?
How long had that particular, what was the guard name?
Ooh, I think it's Valania.
How long was he in the block with you?
He was there since I've been there.
So he had already been a permanent fixture.
Yes, I'm gonna say this one thing about him. Once you come in there and you tell you tell him your cell number, and after that he knew your cell number. He knew you personally. You know, he took it upon himself to know who you were and know what time it took you to get yourself changed and take a shower and hit the door and let you out. But the other guard, he was a Lucasville butthead.
Who was the other CO?
I don't remember his name.
What's the area?
I think he had likings of the areas. You know what I'm saying?
He had a lightning bolt.
I don't know. Not him, but I seen some guys with the lightning bolts on their necks.
What's the lightning bolt?
It's
lightning
area,
bolt. Okay.
yeah.
AB.
Yeah, AB. They would have it on their neck or their arm or.
What was his name? It was over there. What was his name? It was over there.
Landingham.
The area's protected. We'll see it.
I can't remember his name, but he was. He was.
Where's the fuel name?
The one that was AD though.
I know the one you're talking about had one.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Landingham. Now he was your permanent block officer. Tell us what you observed about his health conditions prior to the riot.
I didn't really get noticing that much, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I wasn't out there. I would come in the block from OPI, and I would come in the shower, let him know that I'm in the block. He hit my cell and open it up, and that was it. I didn't have a lot to do with him, or the other guy, because my thing was being a shadow. You know what I'm saying? Seen and unseen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Were you in the block when they took control of the block?
Yes.
What happened with Bellingham at that point?
I don't know. They beat some of it was a little tense. Somebody beat him down. Not somebody, but some people beat him down. They broke in there to
What did you actually do?
he threw the keys away. He hit the keys from the control panel. Right. And he refused to tell them where they were and all like that or whatever, open the cells up. So they touched him up, and that's the last I seen him. They drug him out the hallway, and then they opened up the doors and they told us that we said free at last. We took over. It was ours, And now it was a point that they said they wanted the black, Gangsters Disciples to take over L1. And some of us was against it because when they came, we was okay. But when they came in and they started going through the commissary, just doing this and doing that. So, we elected to lead out and go out in the hallway. And then, inshallah, we started moving to different blocks.
So, prior to your last observation of the guard, prior to his death, you was maybe a little beat up, but you was pretty okay.
Yeah, it was okay. He walked out. It didn't touch him up, but he walked out. He wasn't like they had to drag him or put him on the gurney or nothing like that. I think he was in okay.
Yeah, I never knew it.
No, he wasn't always. He stayed in the block. He didn't come out in the hallway for that. No, he.
We had him in L6 for a while.
Oh, okay. How was he in there?
It was to itself.
Yeah, that's basically laid back, kind of to itself.
But what the thing that most don't know about him, he had a heart condition.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Prior to even arriving, he already had been seeing a heart specialist.
I didn't know.
And then another thing too that don't get publicized and circulated enough is that he was having heart attacks. When the guy jumped off, he locked himself in the corridor of the back stairwell of L1. They had to bust through the wall to get to him.
Exactly.
While he was back there, he was having heart attacks.
I didn't know that.
When they finally got to him, he was complaining about they didn't give him his medication.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So anything could get heart could kill him.
No, that's when he died. He died from a heart attack.
Oh, okay. Well, they trying to say
Story to be
inmates.
I know.
Yeah.
Story to be told is not being told correctly and publicized correctly.
What the autopsy said.
Yeah. Look, you ain't got to work because they had David Summers. Autopsy said he got killed from a single blow to the back of the head. They convicted 3 different people for being the ones who hit him in the back of the head. In 3 different trials, 3 different scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Not even mentioned that somebody else already been convicted of this before.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
3
And unknown.
They still got that brother. Did they ever turn that sentence over to get that brother death?
Huh? Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, that people. Let's see. 2 people went to death row for that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? For Summers, you know.
And I'm saying,
And
is they
another one,
still under that?
One who did tell it, he got out. You know, and they caught him. What's his name? Damn, I'm mad with names now. But
Not that.
Nobody else that was on that.
Snodgrass.
Oh, Sunglasses? Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do have a question for you. You know Derek Jefferson?
No,
Well, they said he the one that did this, that, and there on Keep Him on Sight. Said he the real one.
no, Lou Jones. They said Lou Jones was the one that.
But these people are putting up either erroneous information or pointing fingers at people saying they did this and that.
Taking themselves out of the situation and putting somebody
Right,
else in.
and then on top of that, there's a big thing within the white community outside of the support thing that you first said that the Stalk was working with the area. You said the rise wouldn't happen without the area.
No, I what I was saying is this. To me, it seems to have been a unification
Pat.
that the Aryans and the Muslims, us Muslims, and the Gangster Disciple knew the day when it was going to jump off,
Right.
and knew how it was supposed to jump off. Now, what I'm saying is this: if it had not, these three knew what was going on and collected with it, it wouldn't happen.
Right.
It would have been called a riot because you would have had to attack certain people like that. But when it jumped off, it wasn't like we're gonna kill all these areas, we're gonna kill all these blacks, or we're gonna do this.
It was more coordinated.
It was a very coordinated affair because I never seen Lucasville that coordinated in my life. It was always disarray. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, when I got there, Tom Muller was the email, and Tom Muller had a lot of respect. And then Hassan came out, he got a lot of respect. But you didn't have that respect about just anybody. You know what I'm saying? You have to prove yourself, and people have to get you and notice you. You know. But what I said about the coalition of those three different groups, of the three different groups, I don't think it would have been a siege without.
But how can individuals, to be specific, white and I can say, condemn this coalition, condemn this fact that, well, I don't fuck with areas, period. If you fuck with areas, it's illegitimate. All what y'all did is illegitimate.
No.
I'm just, no, on the outside.
Okay, outside.
There's a lot of people who claim to be about principle, who happen to be white or whatever. We don't fuck with areas, period.
Well, they do not have this situation at SOCF. It was horrendous. It was man, you know, in other words, it was a situation where anything could happen. It could explode. And the tension was this, that it was always among the inmates. You kept one inmate after another. You know what I'm saying? The Aryans after the blacks, and the blacks after each other, stuff like that, you know.
Right.
But when it came to a point where Arthur put it down where it was not just like it was back in the day, or you was just concerned about the staff and turnkeys. You was concerned about him, and they didn't like him. You know, the turnkeys didn't like him, and the staff didn't care for him. You know, and really the inmates neither, because when you start putting inmates in cells like that against their will, you're gonna start a commotion. You know, you're gonna start a race riot. It didn't happen on a race riot. It happened on a siege.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Question for you, Moses.
Yes, sir.
You got to look in 90, you said?
Yeah.
To your knowledge, was there ever a black warden before Arthur Tate?
No, I don't think so. I doubt it.
Arthur was Lucasville's first black warden.
I had a feeling he had to be.
Do you know why Arthur Tate was sent there?
Allegedly, they said he was supposed to go there and straighten things out, get things.
because that teacher got her head cut off.
That's right. The teacher
what?
got killed.
Got her head
The
cut
teacher,
off.
yeah. A teacher prior to the riot, a black guy and teacher.
Yeah, Vaughn.
Mm-hmm. And she was, you know, kind of apprehensive. She's kind of nice with him because he was kind of slow and things like that. So they say. And one thing led to another, and he killed her.
Well, he
Almost
had
cut her
a
head.
hostage.
Yeah.
And he was telling them not.
Yeah, tell them not to stop it, come in.
Yeah, you know,
And they
kicked
they didn't care nothing about what he gonna say. And when they came in, they bogarted and brushed in, and he just, you know, because he had her like this as a threatening move. He didn't did nothing to her, but when they broke up in there, you know, to come at him, he cut her head off. That's right. Arthur Tate was sent there to rectify that. He did. That's what they sent him there.
Well, and you see, the year before that happened in '90. The year before that, Lucasville was most murders in the country for any prison. You know what I'm saying? So it's the reigning champs of being the most deadliest penitentiary in the country. You know? So
Let me ask you
so they sent off the tape down.
Yeah.
On that same report, when Lucasville had the most murders, what was predominantly the murder victims?
Blacks. Blacks killing niggas down.
Like, because when I first got there, I got there from Lebanon because I had a 15 and 25. And I'm trying to escape. They sent me there because I attempted to escape. I went to the hole. And I'm telling you, in the hole, this guy spit on this nurse. They beat him on first shift and beat him on second shift. And you never saw him again. You see what I'm saying? And then it released me to population. I'm leave J Block to go to L1. I think it's three turnkeys. Got this dude on the ground, black dude. He handcuffed and shackled. They beating and stomping him, dragging him down the hallway. And I'm looking. They said, "Yeah, nah, you in Lucasville." I said, "Okay, cool. All right, you know, get out the way. Just stand down, right? Unless I have to do what I got to do." So this is the reaction. And then as far as inmates killing each other, oh man,
That was common.
it was common. At least once a month.
Who did most of the killing?
Most of the killings was man, I'm gonna say this, it's hard. I think it was balanced off between blacks, Aryans, and the turnkeys. But they were justified in what they did.
They were bad
What's that, man?
What's up, man? Yes, sir. What's up, fam? Yes, sir. How you?
But
Yeah.
I would think that it was,
Yes, sir.
I think it's mixed.
Yes, sir. What a day to
So
be
you're saying
alive.
most
Amen.
victims were always black. So whether it was Aryans, guards, or another black, it was always a black being the victim.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the teacher situation. What was the teacher?
She was white,
And what was the
black
She was
student.
related to one of the families down there too. It was,
And see, this is what you have to understand is how the turnkeys, they stayed in Lucasville. This is the camp was called SOCL. The city that they lived in is called Lucasville. And no, not Scioto.
Lucas, yeah.
Are you
That was Lucasville.
They stayed in Lucasville.
Yeah.
Most of the black stayed at Port Smith.
Exactly.
My lawyer filed for the change of venue. He said you ain't gonna have no fence.
Oh, remind me of BIL.
Oh,
It
yeah.
took me, look, after, I had been, my wisdom teeth had been growing in for years in Mansfield. I couldn't get them to take me round trip. I get down to Lucasville. I wasn't there 48 hours. They come early in the morning, take me round trip. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding there. Now, on the other,
You said round trip, what you mean?
round trip to the hospital to see the dentist. They take us to Columbus.
Oh, okay.
So, only two of us, two inmates on the van. The one inmate up in front, that's Dave Lovejoy. He's supposed to be the godfather of every brother. I'm sitting in the back of the bus, you know what I'm saying? You got two, when I ride, you got two pickup trucks following us with hillbillies hanging out the window with shotguns. You know what I mean? I'm riding there, all the houses got the fat flags on it. They took me to the city group, you know what I'm saying? Sheriffs along the side, standing with their shotguns out. Everybody go by saying, I ain't never doing this stuff, man. Shit again. I ain't never go round trip to the hospital.
They call that by God turkey down there.
So going back to the teacher's killing, she was the first white victim to die in Lucasville. Would you say in the history of Lucasville?
I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't sure
I
about
don't
that.
know. But it could be very real because, man, that's a.
Well, no, Billy Murphy got killed down there, but as far as staff,
She was the first
She was the first white victim.
to die
Yeah.
by
I
a
think
black
it
hand.
was.
yeah,
The
black
black
hand,
hands,
black
yeah.
hand, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Prior to that,
yeah.
No, that was unheard of.
the Aryans killed some white victims.
Mhm.
However, that was white on white.
Mm-hmm.
Never prior
Yeah,
to that moment
Yeah.
had it ever been a black killing a white
Mm-hmm.
in that penitentiary,
No.
which is what prompted Arthur Tate to write.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because Arthur was brought behind that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He was ordered to bring some settlement back to the East. Now, when Arthur came, you alluded or mentioned his nickname, King Arthur. What many don't know, the name didn't come from him. The name came from the faculty and staff.
The staff, right.
They had just as much hatred and discord towards Tate because his rules that were inflicted wasn't just for inmates.
Mm-hmm.
It revolved around staff.
Mm-hmm.
While you was there, what happened prior to the riot? After Arthur's arrival, it had a major event that happened.
Mm.
It involved mainly, or they highlighted him more so than anybody, Officer Dunn.
I'm trying to remember.
TV shots.
No, it was.
He said prior.
Is that what they said to do? Tell me about it and broke him up.
Now I didn't say you the manager name,
Is that what it does?
Dunn was this Rex CO.
Rexio.
Matter of fact, Dunn was really more
You ain't
over
talking
there.
about when they bust up that little Rex shit, locked up all the folks for that thing out of the rec department.
No, Dunn was basically
He was the
given the
unit
kingpin title for the dope.
Oh, for the dope.
The drug
Oh,
bust.
yeah, I went into that.
Arthur messed up basically the side income for Lucasville, which was they had reported Dunn had been able to collect Corvettes. That's how lucrative it was for him.
Oh, yeah.
Matter of fact, Dunn at any given day would take a order and could deliver by the next day. That was what was reported or what was put to the media. The drug bust, which was what Arthur Tate basically, yeah.
That was in 92, huh?
Yeah, it was about a year before, right? Because matter of fact, yeah.
Well, the riot was in 93, so that was
So it had to be, it was about basically a year before.
that'd be like 92 then. I went hip to that. I know it's a lot of bus over there.
Now Dunn was what? A white dude, AD?
A CO?
No,
CO?
yeah.
He was running big dope ring, huh?
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
yeah. He was in charge of the rec department on L side.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, they had two rec departments, K side and L side. Yeah, yeah. Drugs for days.
But when I first come down there, I was down over there. I was in the middle of it. I just knew man shit.
So he was selling to the population?
I don't know.
Yeah, if they want it and they got money for it.
Oh yeah, he was supplying.
Mm-hmm.
He brought that stuff into the
It was quite a few of them. But it was some of them turnkeys that had connections that would bring stuff in for another inmate.
Yeah,
But this guy, he was the man.
But they had
He was
the
a big
side
one.
thing going, and he was,
Well,
but he was the kingpin.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it used to be going down, that was behind the bleachers. But see,
Oh yeah.
at first, I never knew what was behind
Mhm.
the bleachers.
So outside or inside?
Behind the bleachers. You know?
Yeah, on inside.
Yeah, on the inside.
Yeah.
On the inside.
Yeah.
Until I started working rec, they told me
Yeah.
I had to clean the locker rooms. I said locker rooms. It's locker rooms behind
Exactly.
the bleachers.
Exactly. They got the washing machine and dryers. in
Yeah,
there.
it's like a motel.
Yeah, it's like a setup in there. Yeah.
They had like drug paraphernalia, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
All type of
Yeah.
stuff. All type of
You
stuff.
can live in
You
there.
go up in there,
You can live up under there. They got a locked door.
But see, they used to run the camera over there, you know. See, when I first got down, I used to go down the rec all the time.
Oh,
By
okay.
the time
Right.
I come from
Basketball
the L
games.
side, yeah, to do
Mhm.
games, you know. And I used to be down there like sometimes people look like that. I'm the only one looking down here. And then I said something to the CO one time about it. He asked me, "What you want to go back to your cell? I could be one." I ain't asked him no more.
Ask him what?
Like, why I'm the only one down here? You know what I'm saying? Where everybody else at? You know, when you gonna let the blocks out? Everybody got.
So that's where you would go if you caught something. You go in there and do your thing.
Well, I didn't know that for sure. I was brand new in the joint. I used to just get rec pass. And I go on the book. Because how I used to tell you, is like, don't go out on rec passes. You know, that's what the area, because you know, the area's got to hit, y'all, you on the hit list from the race line down in Mansfield.
Yeah.
So that's how they catch you down there. You
Yeah,
know,
get you in an isolated place.
I say, look,
This is what?
you know, down in the record center. I'm like, shit, every time the doors open, I'm coming out of there, because it was 20 plus hours a day lockdown down there, but shit, I was out all the time. Shit, I was out all the time. Didn't even know what was going on. And doing all that shit.
You was taking the chance.
Yeah. That's what Papa Rose, you know,
Yeah.
I do with my team. He said, like, you don't get you out here. You come. Like, yeah, they better be ready because I'm coming out.
Oh, yeah, you was ready when you went down there.
Cause I come out. I'm out on the yard. I'm talking to my dude through the window. I'm the only person out on the yard. You know what I'm saying? And I hear somebody in the background. You know, they ain't sitting in the window. They sitting off in the back. They say like, "Why is he the only one out there on the yard? Did he just get down here? Who is he supposed to be again?" I'm like, they talking about me.
Yeah.
I said, find out who that is so I can see what they problem is. But shit, every time they open my door, I came out.
Yeah, you know, they was.
So everybody didn't come out all the time when the doors open.
Shit, it was 20 plus hours a day lockdown for most folks.
For most people.
Unless you had a job that kept you out, or you was getting rec passes. I was getting rec passes and I worked in the kitchen, so I was out 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I come from rec, I go, you know, in the morning. I was going to work in the morning over at the kitchen. When I get back, I had rec pass waiting on me, morning rec. And after that, I come back from that, go down there, you know, lunchtime down in the kitchen. Get back in the afternoon rec pass. And then same thing in the evening, go back, you know, there's count time, I come out at the count, go back down and work in the kitchen, come back. I love rec pass. You know, I sound like, why you guys, we was gonna get you some rec passes out here, but why? You out more than anybody else. I said, should I do stats for the basketball game? You like, you sure that's all you do? Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? After that, then I kick in the street. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm supposed to go. He said, no, you usually work like that. But then they had a big bus down there, you know what I'm saying? And my name's on the middle of it, you know. But, you know, they would say Kenyatta, all the prisoners know me down there about Kenyatta, you know. You know, the administration only knew me by my government letter, you know what I'm saying? So they look at this thing, this brand new guy, you know what I'm saying? He just got died 22 years for 157 locked. That's the only reason why I didn't get locked up. That one bus they had when I got down there, that first got down in Lucasville. You know, that stuff when they bust the whole wreck department.
Yeah. You was taking life in your hands.
Yeah, because I said, he said, like, look, if we don't see you, fast don't come out. Because if we don't let you know ahead of time, because the area, you know, they got a pit on you, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how they catch you, you know what I'm saying? So, first time when I come out there, and it wasn't, you know, there wasn't no lockout there, I see it's like some white guys, like one over here, one over here, one over here, one over there. So, I went and pulled up on all of them, asked them, you know, y'all responsible for you got to come out of the car. I went to the next one to make sure. You know, after that, then one time I come down and usually like if it's a stabber in the block or something like that, they won't release the block for wreck. But I'm coming down to do a game, so I was down there, so I'm shooting around. I'm the only one in there. I figured I'd beat everybody down here this time. Be last. So when I see the CO come down there, because he talking to the CO up in control, but that's about a quarter mile. How long is the quarter? About a quarter mile or half a mile.
Yeah.
You know, he up there, he come down to use the bathroom. So I asked him, I said, we all the blocks out. You know, he said, ain't nobody coming back down here for rent. You know, and for rent 2 years, he started walking. I said, hold on, but they got me down here, I'm supposed to be doing stats for basketball game. He's like, look, I done told you, ain't nobody else coming down here. Now, you want to go back to your cell, I can let you back over the gate side. You go lock up or you can hang out. You know what you gonna do? Cause I ain't coming back down here to count time. So that's how I hang out. So I asked no questions after that.
Was you? Did you have something on you in case something went down?
Huh? Well, it's stuff
All around.
Let me tell you. I used to try to make nice and go to hide in some places down the L side. Everywhere you go to hide, it's already a knife there. It's already
Yeah,
you have
sounds
share,
spooky.
You have a share spot. Somebody
Yeah.
like, look, you gonna mess with mine, I ain't gonna mess with yours. There's too many weapons down there.
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Yes.
Yeah. Shit, all of that jail, the L side.
Mm-hmm.
And see how they know it?
Shit, they didn't give a fuck.
They don't care, cause they weren't gonna get hit.
See us take care of fuck about that shit.
Question. While you was in the outside Lucasville prior to the riot, had you ever experienced or seen or any of the luxuries afforded to areas? We always hear that Lucasville was a racist place, but did you ever take notice to any area benefits?
Yes. One day we was in the hallway and these two Aryan guys were stabbing this one black dude. They said they had a gambling problem and he owed them and he didn't pay them enough, so they were stabbing him. They weren't stabbing him with no shanks. They were stabbing him with switchblades.
So where the switchblades
From the turnkeys. Now we would be seriously, we would be on the yard and we'd be walking around the yard. And he probably seen it too.
Now they killed Billy Murphy, they had hunting knives.
Yeah. and this is what we found on the yard. Big shells. You know, bullets. Yeah.
Big booty.
Like a little machete.
Yeah. What you talking about?
Let me interject this. I've always heard this rumor. I never seen it, and I used to always look for whenever I seen him, which is Arthur Tate. They always say he always walked around with a 22 in his pocket.
With a what?
22.
You know, he first come there, somebody got killed right in front of him.
It was his partner.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, at Lucasville, his partner got killed out here on the street. He was an FBI agent. When
Right.
he first got to me, somebody got killed right in front of him. And down there in Lucasville.
Oh, now that I didn't know.
My dude knocked toward out as soon as he got off the bus.
Down there.
Tip Reed.
Ooh.
Tip Reed.
Where at?
Not too big.
Yeah.
Not too
Yeah.
Oh, as soon as he got off the bus,
Where was this at? In Lucasville?
Louisville,
Mhm.
they like he got a lawsuit off too.
Mm-hmm.
Which ward was this?
Man, shit. What year? You hear about that case? They welded his cell shut for about 2 years.
Now, Timmy Reed is the one I think, Tom Moolah and Rocky.
He got a big lawsuit
Last
off, man.
week.
Came out,
They
bought
had
all kinds
staff.
of business lines.
They had
all that.
Okay, so that was prior to Tate. That was prior to Tate.
Tate was there. And see,
Well, no, I'm talking about we talking when
I'm talking about prior to Timmy Reed. I don't know what
when he I'm trying to figure out what
ward he talking about.
Yeah,
We
Not
get
that.
we get Tate start being awarded.
Tate didn't get
Nah,
to like 90 or a
90
year.
after that teacher
Yeah, the
got
beginning of 90.
That teacher got killed. Cause you remember when that teacher got killed?
He kind of
Vaughn down there with us. His
Yeah,
son.
but that's what I'm saying. Vine just gonna get Vine the one catch it right.
Yeah,
Right.
his son was down there with Mansfield with us,
Right, he's always team.
Yeah, they knocked us down. They knocked us down.
Because one of them had burnt the wife up in the house or something.
Yeah, on the case on the
Right,
street.
so he's already. Yeah.
So
Okay.
back to what Arthur Tate. Or not Arthur Tate, Lucasville catering towards Aryan benefits. So you observed during the riot, Aryans, gangbangers, and Muslims all cooperating, right?
I'll say this: cooperation in essence that Aryans and the three groups were respectable of each other. and they were all, if some problem came up, they had a collective meeting about it. Because they would go from one block to another one with a meeting, because one block was all Aryans, another block was Muslims, then another block was Gangster's Disciple. And they would come like into L2 sometimes when they had to have a meeting and discuss things, iron stuff out. But I would say that, yes, they had a unification in regards to it, because if it hadn't been, it would have been a riot. It would have been a total
Let me ask
riot.
you this relevant to that. Go back to my initial point about this cooperation and so forth. Now, because what my experience is that even within this whole Lucasville, I didn't know nothing about this, that, and other. You got white folks telling me they ain't no earthly good, anybody, but you wasn't even there. I'm like, how, if you wasn't even there, you got cigarettes? You got cigarettes?
No.
You wasn't even in there, how can you tell the people that was there anything about cooperation?
That's right.
Because you got a lot of white folks say, oh, we don't deal with areas, period, dot.
Well,
No, it's but I'm on the street.
You know what? Yeah, on the street. But you know what? Some of the areas, when we got to Supermax, they did not like them areas because of the cities. You see what I'm saying? Because they felt that you're never supposed to go along with blacks on anything.
Across the line.
Right. And
But
go
see,
ahead.
when I was there, right? When the riots, them motherfuckers went. Them motherfuckers was scared to death.
Who you talking about, Dan?
Yeah, all the white folks, period. Cause they ain't know what was going on. They ain't know if this was for them. They ain't know if this was for them or not. Cause we had just got trans. We had the reason how we got to Lucasville because we had a race riot at Mansfield. So that's
So
like,
you came down when Kenyatta came down?
yeah. I was there. I'm Kelly Wingo. Yeah, y'all middleweight champ. Me and Lucky Ruff was supposed to fight on the next card.
I met you there. I met you at the. I met you at
Wingo
Cleveland.
L6.
I met you at
Yeah,
Cleveland
me
State.
and Leroy McIntyre used to get it in.
Yeah, I met you at Cleveland
That was my
State.
black officer that got killed, Robert Lattingham.
Yeah, your sister had died.
Cal Wingo.
Yeah,
my sister, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Ty,
yeah,
who said Cleveland State
yeah,
had a big
yeah,
funeral up in
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah, that's where I met you
sure
at.
did.
She had the guards and all
Yes,
that,
sir.
the mushroom, right?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah. So they ain't know what was going on. Because what happened, I was a missionary. See, a missionary, me or me, Wayne, that's when we was kind of like,
Was the Wayne guys the range man? All the quarters we was there? You was there during the riot?
yeah, I got it. Me and a little guy named Matthew, little Matt.
Yeah,
They
little Matt.
invited us. They see, I had an art number. So what they did, they sent all the
They had
art numbers to
reformatory
Lebanon.
numbers.
They said that's the left. They sent all the reformatory numbers to Lebanon. Yeah.
I didn't know about
They sent
You Johnny Crime?
I just, all I did was box, work out, be in my spot. Bro.
Yeah, I thought you had that shot. You said that is your program.
Yup.
Yeah,
So,
I remember
So,
that.
but, and I don't mean to get off subject.
Right.
They could have killed a better CO than that, but it was plenty. I'm saying it was a better. But it was some assholes.
What's that dude's name? The CEO that was the area that was over there. What was his name?
Oh man, I saw with an R.
That's what I was thinking.
Radcliffe.
Radcliffe.
Yeah.
He had the boats, but he still wasn't the worst.
But as opposed to the one as opposed to
Radcliffe was a motherfucker.
Yeah. I didn't know him. I didn't know that.
He was the worst. In my eyes,
Got that bitch.
Radcliffe was a.
I used to be cracking.
But you know why he did? You know why he slipped through the cracks? The Aryans kept him in their block.
So
They wouldn't. They kept all. They kept all the white.
every time the mailman come, a nigga heart beating like this. Cause every day somebody getting in the thing. Every day somebody, I don't even, you used to look forward to mail once upon a time. I don't want the mailman come. And sure enough, one day my day came. I gave it to myself, man, open that motherfucker. I don't even want to read it. They had me for motherfucking kidnapping, a song. Oh, gosh,
Did they try to give you R.I.P.
But the thing was, R&B.
Yeah.
This is for the world.
That's what I'm saying.
No, outside court, ain't no R&B.
Okay, this is what after all the court cases were over and with outside, they started giving up R.I.B.
No, I double check.
Oh
No,
man,
I can't do that.
this for guys that hadn't got a charge for the riot charge.
So, but no, to me, the whole time I'm in this motherfucker. All right, you better go to court. I think you better go for a ride. You go right across the street. I say something, right? So we get over there. I'm sitting in this motherfucker. Then the jury come out. It was one black person. It's a nigga living in this motherfucker. It was one black person and a bunch of college niggas. Oh, it really wasn't no bad niggas, like how you would think. So my motherfucking lawyer come out winking and blinking. He say, "We got these fuckers." I let this motherfucker play on my life. He playing my life. At the time, I'm only doing 10 or 25 with the 2-year gun spec. I got about 15 years in now. Because all the brothers, they was like, they didn't even want me to be a part of it. Go ahead home, Kelly, we got this. Yeah. No, man, we got this, man. You go ahead home, man. Go get that belt.
To the yard, right?
So, anyway, I guess, see what it is, in the penal system, there's a such thing called a contradictory statement, where motherfuckers can say you did something, they'll lock you up till they figure it out, you know what I'm talking about. But in the real world, you got the right to face your accusers. So whoever was saying I was doing all this, that, and the other, he didn't want to sit in that seat. Oh, they was mad, the motherfuckers. So now, they scared what they sent me back to. Lucasville. Now they think that they all the COs, all this motherfucker, they got away with murder. So I'm kind of attacking what's the motherfucker name when you write appeals to? You know how you write an appeal to the inspector. The inspector, right? It's a black dude, right? I finally give myself.
Jeff Lyson.
I forgot his name. He was black dude, right? I said, man, look here, man. I said, man, look here, man. I said, man, y'all gotta get me up out of here, man. He said, you can't leave out of here, man. A year straight without no ticket, man. I said, man, they fucking with you, man. So one particular time I had about 2 weeks before I ride out, I'm at Rick. They couldn't get me. They want to see me in the camera office. I'm like, for what? I'm thinking somebody death in my family or something, right? They ain't put no handcuffs on me or nothing. So we get outside in the hallway, they try to cuss me. They ain't put no. So the sheriff, oh, I know, I got it. So we get to the camera office and say, man, they say, man, this don't really don't add up to me. They said they found a knife in yourself. I said, a knife in myself? I said, I've been like that for 17 years. I ain't never come with you. You know what I do. Right. So I said, what am I worried about? I ain't nobody go home. He said, so anyway, I go to R&B. They call me in there. They like, listen. I tell my cat, I said, what is it? I said, I went to right ready to go home. They said, hold on for a minute, sir. They call my black officer. Hello, Hutchinson. Officer Hutchinson. Remember Hutchinson? So they said, listen, you don't record it. You swear to tell the truth. You can't be fired. They get on him, right? They said, we gonna ask you a few questions. They say, is it true that inmate cell in the last cell on the block, cell 80, right next to the phone? He ain't cell 80. They say, is it possible where the knife was found there, is it possible that it could have been placed from the outside of the cell to the inside of the cell? Because they found the motherfucker on the track. You know how the track of the door? Because listen, one day I was asleep.
That's after they,
after the riot. Yeah, after the riot, they fucking with me. They think I got away with murder. So, I remember when I was asleep, you know how you sleep in jail. I remember hearing the porter. I remember the motherfucking broom dropping. And I remember hearing this. I remember. It's all coming to me. Oh, I wouldn't tell put the A-B, right? Yeah. And the COs didn't like me, right? So they said, step out. When the green light come in, you come back in. I come back in, they said, we better send you back to your block, man. Stay out the way, man. I said, get what I say. I said, leave me here, leave me where I'm at. I don't even want to go back out there. So they sent me back out there, right? So now I'm 99% sure it's just hunky. 99% sure, but you know how when you get out the hole and they send you to your block, you're going during the time where everybody's still locked out. But there may be a few porters out, right? So when the gate opened, the porter out there sweeping. And he did some involuntary shit like this. When he seen me, he did some involuntary. I said, oh, who was you? He was sweeping it, and he looked, he said, God, he like he seen a ghost. But I played it so smooth, I said, yeah, it definitely was you. I was 100. So everybody in their blocks, hey, what? I said, shh, I'm going to tell you all about it. So I tell a few blocks, don't go to that. Let me go home. Let me go home, and then y'all do what y'all. Let me get about this. Then y'all have that motherfucker. Get what the white boy do. Crashed out. He got this throwing shit. And he made them lock him up.
He crashed out so he could get out of there. But you recognize and just think about it. The back part of the cells was single cell. And the front ones was double.
Already doubled them.
But yeah, he right. A lot of them ABs work for them turnkeys.
That was gonna be my next question to you. Prior to the riot, all the deaths that was normally white on black or AB on done was always most of the time where the CO would give one of the areas access. Now, I know 3 of what's his name, Mike, what was Mike? Damn, the one he stayed locked up. He never. He ended up being an AC with me on the same range. I cannot think of his last name. But anyway, he was one they always called that.
I don't think you know. I ain't respect nothing.
No.
They
killed. He had a whole bunch of killing.
Yeah, respect.
Who down in Lucasville?
No, yeah, Mike.
The motherfucker killed the boy.
That major point. My point was I was going to bring up his last 3 killings were all in a cell, and all cells were open to him to kill the victim.
Yeah.
By another white officer.
That was enormous.
And when I say his name, you'll know who I'm talking about. I know his first name was Mike. I can't remember his last.
Oh, Mike Woods.
Mike Woods. Mike Woods.
Yeah.
It was. I was about to say Mike Jones.
You know, our era, like our little era, man, we was ruthless on the white boys. I'm talking about we were. I'm talking about. I don't know how nobody else when we came through. Jack, I'm talking about. I'm talking about we was ruthless on them motherfuckers, man. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, cause I'm talking about like, you better not even walk by, them motherfuckers knew. I'm talking about every time, like, man, we did bad. Now we put on their ass, man, for real. And then they was sitting about, man, they get that guy, man, until they boom. Long ass like, man, shit. He was in the ride.
Mike Woods, he down there.
He hit one of them motherfuckers with he smacked one of them motherfuckers with a big ass, what's the red thing? You put the fire with?
Oh, that fire
extinguisher. Man, we easy. Hey, look, everybody's thinking my dude hurt, right? He came up with that motherfucker, bang! Like, yeah, we was getting it, man. We used to turn up, man. Whoa, man, they can't do nothing, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I felt they were getting, like, when I got to go, they get a lot of little leeway. I don't know, they get a lot of little leeway. Not leeway, but leeway.
Shit,
you know
they was running that
shit.
shit.
Yeah, they did, though. We wasn't used to nothing like that. Because at Mansfield, they stayed in their lane, man. Like, they wouldn't make they bad.
Oh, they wouldn't
They
control
kept themselves down there.
Yes, they are talking about for real.
That white dude Lane came down there, started talking about they supposed to be running this stuff, taking over. That's
What you mean, the drug trade?
down there, man. So somebody's supposed to be putting their foot on the That's how we ended up in that race ride, down there in Lucasville.
He used to be having to hold me back. I said, nah, No, just wait, be patient, baby. Be patient. Be itching to get to motherfuckers, bitch. I'm some more. Man, listen.
Well, that was the point in
But you know what? This generation, this new generation right now, they don't even got no type of nothing towards these white people out here, man. They'll kill their own kind so quick, man. I'm talking about, man, they want to hold a door for let it in the white boy. I mean, it's like, I'm talking about, man, I ain't saying all of them, but collectively, they ain't nothing. I don't know what's wrong. I mean, I'm like, man, I'm saying, man, like, damn, man. I mean, 'cause I was buzzed to the west side. We used to get it with Cottonwood. We used to walk down Murray Hill. I mean, maybe we came up there. They ain't probably, they ain't never been whooped with their handcuffs on by no one. They must have never been through nothing. But they don't got no type of nothing with these hunters, man. Nothing.
Well, some trying to figure out whether or not they man or woman. Answer to Lucasville. See, when y'all got there, even when I got there, it was a whole tone set of. I came like a few weeks after Tate. Okay. It was after the teaching, but it was like a few weeks because he hadn't even been there. Matter of fact, I watched the transformation. Right. I watched the transformation because 2 to 3 weeks before I got there. When I got there, the doors used to just bust. We went to child. That stopped.
They shut that down.
That stopped.
What camp you came from?
Nah, I came from straight from CRC, straight to Lucasville.
Straight.
I never had a chance to go nowhere else.
Straight
Straight to Lucasville.
Wow.
And yeah, they were still mad at me from the county. But when I got there, all the rules that was to keep us in our place, right? Yeah. And it was a dual setting because as he put rules on inmate population, he put rules on staff population. Like for instance, they would start made to carry the see-through bags and stuff. And prior to that was unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, no, before the see-through bags, there was a limitation placed on how much lunch they could bring.
Yeah, because they were too much shit.
Right, exactly. I worked in the library and I remember what was his name? Weekly? Yeah, Weekly, the old one. No, Weekly was the younger one. What was he had the son that was
He used to make a run, do drills all the time, run back and forth across. From one end of the penitentiary to another, doing the man dial thing.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
they hate that.
He made them do a ton of stuff that prior to him coming there was totally unheard of.
Yeah, marching in the line.
Right. He made them, the rules he inflicted on the inmates was also equally burdensome to them because prior to him coming there, it was the good old boys.
You know one of the greatest lines I was ever told?
What's that?
When they said they was overpowered by the inmate.
Why you don't think
they wasn't that much bigger than you? You motherfuckers just soft.
Yeah.
You looked at that, they gonna take your everything, boxing, weights, football. That was an excuse to take all that shit from us, man. You always wasn't no overpowered.
Well, no, the reason why I took the weights, we alluded to it earlier, or not alluded to it, pointed out earlier. Yeah, exactly. The weights.
Guess what I did with that boxing ring?
Busted.
Maybe a fire with that bitch. Love be a hole, maybe a fire. I said, you all, cause I wasn't no game, but we was the Cleveland. That was the name of my motherfucking game. The motherfucking Cleveland. You go get the fish, you go get the chips. We had all the food, all the pork drinks, all the eggs. So next thing you know, I see a white boy with a big old bag. I said, this bitch trying to be smart. So I took the bag. He said, no, man, this big new bag. Tell Big Lou this big Cali bag, bitch. I ain't talking. I'm thinking of chip. I'm thinking the name dropping, right? So we over here chilling. We got me by the fire. We, you know what I'm saying? And by the time my dude come out, he say, hey, I appreciate if every time we throw a dead body out here, y'all quit coming over here. I saw all you old nosy ass. I told them, y'all every time somebody dead, y'all want to go see who it is. Get y'all punk ass. I said something too, right? So that's we chillin'. So him a nigga Big Lou, he coming through, but we by himself though. So I meet him, what's up? He like, man, I ain't tripping on that shit, Big Lou. He said, man, let me get this, you can have the rest of that shit with my nigga, boom. So I try to go back in the building, right? So it was some brothers standing by the door. He's like, man, we got orders, man. You understand? No, I had one in that was trying to come back out. He said, man, I got orders that y'all can't be coming in. I said, fuck you talking about y'all? Man, you get the fuck away from this door, right? So when I went out the door, guess what happened? It was about this many people already just sitting around all night. Then when I went out, they tried to, oh no, take y'all, get y'all punk ass, don't wait for me. Y'all niggas been standing here all this time, scary ass nigga. Don't wait for me to try to get out, nigga. Get y'all motherfucking ass back in there. Fuck y'all. I can't stand over scary ass nigga. And then I went back in again, I couldn't find that. So I asked about it, man, how that? So I go, they got my nigga guard, motherfucker, at the side. They be this way, nigga.
So you understand, they were different cliques and different pockets that would have their little spot to themselves.
Pretty much, right.
Yeah.
Cause all the cleaning guys, all us, we stayed, we had our little you know, and then they did a nigga that rig, they block up and put this big pop out, don't come in here if you ain't all this old weak shit. Yeah, you know, so, you know.
Yeah, I was in J4 when the riot jumped off, and for that, you know, it was some cases happened in December 2nd, 1992, where Blackie got stabbed. The next day, Chaz we got stabbed. The next day, she was blocked, and we all locked up for that.
Who was the white boy that
Chaz.
She had me to stand 20 motherfuckers with some plastic ass handcuffs on, but they
went down.
on that ass in a one-man cell, about 20 niggas.
And see,
For about 2 days.
all it was turning states. It was only 3 of us. It was like in the end, it was like 30-something people locked up. And they're trying to make a conspiracy case that all the people got caught with knives after the two.
One of them motherfuckers.
Child Wood was supported back in the whole
Yeah,
head.
this motherfucker. Motherfucker cuffs.
Red Side. Red Brewer. Red Brewer, you know what I said? They was telling me like all about they turned the states, you know what I said? And if it wasn't for the ride, they would have convicted us for that. And we had
Trump that shit.
Yeah, well, I trumped that shit. You know, let's put the kibosh on that. That's all we got out there now.
Cause when they got they had us naked. They had about 20 niggas in the cell. And then they was issuing out little lunch bags and shit. So I get all the bags, give all the strong niggas and the rest of you motherfuckers like, oh man, we eating all your motherfucking shit, right? So then they start scattering us out a little bit. So one night they like bang calling my name, y'all quit calling my name, we captured. Cause I'm a chess player. You giving niggas ideas.
Yeah.
So when you call all that, oh man, we got plenty room in here, man. We got, but y'all got room. Oh man, this nigga dead. So see y'all like that, how the nigga get dead? Oh man, we was all asleep. All 19 of you motherfuckers was asleep. This nigga dead. Oh no, he hung himself. And then when the autopsy come back, oh no. Oh no. Autopsy come back, y'all done beat this nigga stuff plastic. You niggas can't think. Y'all can't think. See, what happened was, you know that they had a little list. And niggas on that list was giving, some people gonna send to the press, we captured now, y'all niggas turned up. Y'all niggas still turned up. It's over with. And sure enough, I'm telling you how it happened. Simple as that. Them niggas got the boop, boop, boop. Oh,
Stop telling each other.
Come on, man. And when they was right next door to me, I had to take the quit calling me. They calling me, man. Because I don't give a fuck who in here got away. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real.
So they're calling you to testify.
No, they saying like, it was a list. And on that list, if you was on that list, they was going to kill you.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it was one nigga on the list that I left. I said, how you they had it in the cell, nigga named Chuck Darrell.
Oh, he was
But I ain't never knew. I don't know. I don't get into all the phase and 2 for 1s. I don't know. So I see the nigga, he looked at me. I ain't never, that nigga was looking at me like, please help me. I said, damn, Chuck, how you get in here? And had it going that
You
way.
had him locked up there.
So you think I had a hit list to knock off certain inmates?
Yeah, it was cops. Yeah,
Right.
it was cops.
So, but once we got captured, 20 man in the cell, but nigga with the plastic on, And a few of them ended up in the cell or something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was about to be a few. I said, I don't give a fuck about to be there. Got that shit. I ain't about to do nothing. I don't do that. That's why when I got invited, I knew it was a bullshit because I was like this though. You know how you take your t-shirt, you know how we do. So I knew it was some bullshit. I told my lawyer, I said, whoever got my name in their mouth probably know I'll be about that life. He guessed it, and they probably had some shit they motherfuckers. So,
Oh yeah, they were squeezing. I had the stuff,
yeah.
like when they got the Discovery, I had on like, when they came to talk, all the highway patrol came to talk to Dirty, you know what I'm saying, they had LAJ, you know, all the
Then the one was that right one night, this motherfucker so cold, I just knew that bitch was dead. They hit that bitch in the chest with that motherfucker CO badge. That motherfucker didn't even flinch. That motherfucker didn't even flinch. Yup. When they put that motherfucker on that,
Got up and ran.
I was trying,
you got to be a cold motherfucker.
Yeah, he put on a good act.
But I guess with your life on the line.
He got didn't he get stabbed?
That was you call playing
I think he got stabbed.
possum. Possum can't even get possum time.
Oh, LAJ was down there?
Yeah.
Hell,
I think down there burning up the file cabinets and shit.
I said, yeah, did he go back to the
He
field?
out there on the phone. He in there on the phone like this. And the whole everything behind him on fire.
But going back to you took me out to lost my train of thought. I'm about to ask you some questions. Matter of fact, we should. Matter of fact, because Keith Lamar, most of that killing list was put on Sweatland. And something that was totally impossible for him to do. I mean, it was almost like how you got this man with this many murders, and it's like, oh, he could be at that many places at one time.
Right.
Basically, what you're saying,
Right.
because he had 17-something murders, and I know Mario.
I don't know. I know they was talking about it was quite a few, but I don't know.
I know it was over 10, but I mean, like how you said, the list, and he was the only man that's supposed to have killed all these people. Or then it came down to a hit squad that he was supposed to have led. But then again, he's the only man on death row for these murders.
Exactly.
For this hit squad that disappeared.
They didn't want to close.
No, the hit squad is still locked up.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is. Greg Curry, Tiger, and
Curry ain't on death row.
No. He's the only one on. Keith Lamar is the only one on death row.
Yeah,
He was just like that's what they say. That was he was one of the 5.
Yeah.
But they saying that he had a crew, right?
Right. Yeah.
And Lou Jones supposed to be the one that on the crew that pointed other guys out on the crew and got himself opt out and got his whole case overturned and all that kind of stuff, you know. But you know what? During that time, man, it was in other words, the staff say, okay, you tell me what you know about Bosey. I don't know nothing. Well, we're going to charge you what we're going to charge him with. We're going to, instead of charging him, we're going to charge you. Oh, what y'all want to know? What y'all want to know? And tell us something, you know, and he's blah, blah, blah. It was a lot of that going on, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how it was, you know, because, in other words, we got you in here. Okay, you're going to tell me about what happened to such and such. And you wasn't there. You said, I don't know. No, you know as much as he know. Cause he gonna get the case. No, if we're gonna charge him, if you don't tell us about him, we're gonna charge you with his case. And you know what you're gonna say. Man, I don't know what y'all want me to say. And some of them were told what to say, and some of them just came out and just said what they wanted to say.
I wasn't about to put myself in no position like that.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? And you know what the whole thing was? When they transferred us from Lucasville to Mansfield, they had lawyers. What's his name? Stalker.
Yeah.
He had lawyers come around and tell us you can use your 8th Amendment, whatever it is. You refuse to speak. I say, okay, if that's the case, we can refuse that. We're going to refuse to go out. He said, that's even better. So we told everybody, don't go out. And the ones that went out there, that's what happened. Bam, they got them upside their head, you know? And they said, oh man, I need to take a walk. For what?
telling.
Exactly.
All the round trips
That
telling.
could have easily been myself. I said,
You know what? But you know what? It could have been easily avoided if nobody go out. You see what I'm saying? Because they didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
All they had was pressure from other guys to try to make their cases. You know, it was evidence design.
Manufactured.
Yeah, manufacturing. Mm-hmm.
Sad case scenario.
But it was deep.
So, but going back, nobody really asked
That
my
was
first
a terrible.
question.
That was just a terrible idea.
My first question
Terrible idea.
It was.
Y'all was a terrible idea.
No, it was.
about the Marion on the outside, because I'm like, how do you know what went on the inside? You wasn't there, but you're gonna condemn you for making a coalition with Aryans. But I'm telling you, but I wasn't there. I don't fuck with them. Wasn't there.
That's just talk, man. You know.
I'm talking about people on the
I
outside.
know. They trying to know that they motherfuckers for one. The motherfuckers ain't even cut like that, man. The motherfuckers ain't about the motherfuckers probably stop sign probably some shit.
What you mean?
The boy about them so-called ABs that been saying all that.
No, I'm talking about people on the
That's
outside.
what I'm saying. That's why they talking like that. They ain't been under no pressure, man. It just happened.
It's easy for them to say that.
Yeah, it's easy for them to say that, man. They never been in that position, man.
Oh,
So, you know, motherfuckers.
And as you know for yourself, the Aryans were a small population. They were the majority of all penal
It all depends on what
systems
prison you
is
talking
black.
about, though.
But still,
At that Mansfield, them bitches was deep.
it was, well, I guess
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
They was a little deep. They was a little deep. You know what I'm saying?
and what they do to their
Hey,
kids?
man, they ain't do nothing. Them motherfuckers, man, man, this. I'm for real, man. Them motherfuckers said, I mean, we was young, we was wild, we ain't had it, man. We wasn't there. I'm talking about our little, you know what I'm saying? And then the brothers that was 5, 10 years older than us, man, they used to put a coat like,
They did what?
they used to, you know, they used to talk like, you know what I'm saying? They had came to a point whereas they'd say, man, listen, man, just how it go, youngin'. Come to us first, man, and let us know what you gonna do so we can at least how you back to them motherfuckers down when they play the keep. I was young, you know that.
Oh, they will get you.
I was taking them
Oh, so them areas will get you.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to, I mean, like,
Set you up.
I mean, like,
It wasn't so much as they would get you, they had, it's no different than that Lucasville. The guards was always gonna make it accessible for the citizens.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
and
Like
Luke, they had the ups. Not the ups like that, but like that because
Oh, they can creep on you.
they had more affiliation with the rollers. See, they had the rollers, they had more CO power, which was
Oh, a collaboration thing.
which gave them an edge on us.
Oh, collaboration thing
Yeah,
with
right,
the
because
5-0.
At Mansfield, they ain't really had it. They did like that.
Oh, where they can just creep on you.
They didn't have time to report with the rollers.
Right.
CO.
But in Nashville, they
Lucasville, they
They
did.
did. They did.
From
You know,
when I-
as far as drugs, as
from
far
when I
as
was
weapons, as far as outside, beat me here, beat my sister there, beat my other father, everything. You know,
It was the rule, always remember this. It's a
they had
good
COs
rule
with
of
the shit
thumb.
on their neck.
Yeah, I heard it like it was.
It's a good rule of thumb for even right now, as penal systems go now. Whatever penal system is set in a rural area, you're gonna have more of a white-oriented ran penitentiary. Whereas when you set it more closer to the city, you're gonna have more diversity.
Yeah.
Always remember that, because that's major important really in how the penitentiary get run and the life stability inside of the penitentiary.
Okay.
Because again, when it's in a rural area, they ain't gonna cater to nobody black, because that first thing they gonna think about is the gangbangers, misfits, criminals, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, exactly, and deserve
Whatever happened to them, they deserve it.
Whereas your contrast is when you close to the city setting, you're gonna get that mixture. You're gonna get somebody to understand, okay, you come from, as you alluded to earlier, you come from a broken home. His mama did crack, you know what I'm saying? He was a crack baby. His grandparents raised him, but they couldn't keep their handle on him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're gonna get them understanding.
Then you're gonna get more black turnkeys and staffers.
Exactly.
You know?
Right. Exactly.
That they're
Mhm.
not, they gonna be watching you, like, what you doing, man? You just made your round.
Mhm.
Oh, did you bring that in with you? Well, yeah, I thought you had a steak knife. Where'd it go?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be asking them questions and be wondering about you, and it's gonna pique the curiosity. It's gonna make you make them paranoid. Whereas when you're in a rural setting, they don't nobody care about nothing. Like you just said, nobody care about that little MF because he had a bad family home. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He made little Billy over here mad, little Jeremy mad. You know what I'm saying? And I like him.
You're just a number. You just.
Exactly. So you become a statistic in turn. But